Hi y'all, welcome to my channel Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura. So I'm doing another pick a card reading today, and I got this idea when I was out on my bicycle. I have no idea why I just get these ideas when I'm riding my bike, but they do come to me, so that's probably good. As some of you, let's just not say most of you because not everybody is into astrology all that much, but as some of you may know, we are coming up on a blue moon on October 31st. It is a full moon. It is the second full moon in the month of October, so it is considered a blue moon, which is very rare. So that's kind of cool in and of itself. In astrology, and in several, spiritual disciplines, the full moon is a good time to release. A new moon is a good time to set intentions, and then a full moon is a good time to release anything that you want to get rid of. So for this particular full moon, what the astrologers are saying, and you can look at, there's so many great ones on YouTube, you can look at any of their videos, and I'm sure they have a ton of them up about this particular full moon because it is really kind of important. It is the end of a very long karmic cycle, and they're saying between 10 and 15 years. So I feel like everybody is releasing probably some pretty interesting stuff on this particular full moon because it has been such a long cycle. We're not just releasing, for the month, we're releasing for this long karmic cycle. So for this particular reading, I'm going to ask the questions, and I have not pulled the cards yet. I will do that here in a minute because we're in Halloween season 2. I'm going to use the Druid cards, as well as the Rider-Waite and anything else that I feel like pulling. But, okay, so I will ask the question, what am I releasing on the Halloween full moon? So that will be what this pick a card will be about. So if you are interested in that question, what you might be releasing on this Halloween full moon, stick around, and I will have several piles out here for you to choose from. This will be a pick a card reading, and I will put some stones on them to help you pick, maybe. Sometimes it does help people, sometimes it doesn't. But in any case, this will be a pick a card reading about what you're releasing on this Halloween full moon. And I will put the timestamps in the description box below so you can go directly to your reading after you have chosen. If you have not already done so, please do subscribe to this channel and hit that bell after you subscribe, and then that way you'll be notified when I do upload a new video. If you think anybody else might be interested in these videos, please do share it with anybody that you feel like would benefit from it or would like it, or just might want to watch something different, right? And if you do like this particular video, please do give it a thumbs up. It lets me know, how I'm doing, what kinds of things you guys like, and it also helps the channel. So I will pull the cards, and we'll go ahead and get started with this very special Halloween full moon pick a card reading. So welcome back, you guys. I have chosen the 4 piles for this Halloween pick a card. We're doing 4 piles here. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I asked the question, what am I releasing, or what is pile 1 releasing on the Halloween full moon? So if you want to frame your question that way, what am I releasing on the Halloween full moon, then you can choose the pile that's speaking to you. Pile 1 has a citrine on it. Pile 2, I've used the Cinnabar. Tried to use like Halloween colors, but the happy ones and not the black. I got plenty of black, but that's so cliche. So I use kind of fall Halloweenish colors. I have a quartz crystal, clear quartz crystal on pile 4, and on pile 5 I have a Verdite quartz. Okay, so go ahead and choose the pile that's speaking to you, and I will put the timestamps in the description box below. That way you can go directly to your reading once you've chosen. Again, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I'll see you at your reading. Okay, if you chose pile 1 with the rough cut citrine, these are going to be your messages for the what am I releasing on the Halloween full moon pick a card reading. I just want to tell you about the citrine real quick. It promotes happiness and creativity, brings abundance and success, and encourages warmth. I always like to tell what the meaning of the stones are, just in case they speak to you and you want to go to a spirit shop and grab one and put it in your pocket. Okay, so that's the citrine. All right, let's see if we can figure out in these cards, make it plain, please, what it is that you guys are releasing on this Halloween full moon, which is a blue moon, by the way. I am using the Druid Tarot because they seem so Halloweenish. The Druid Craft Tarot, it's associated with Druidry and Wicca, which I don't mean to imply anything for my witch friends out there. But witches do kind of seem happy on Halloween. It's kind of their time, right? All right. So you got the Four of Wands and the Hermit card in this Druid Tarot. For the regular tarot, I chose the Herbal. It seems so harvesty, and I don't know why. I just did. I chose the Herbal Tarot for this particular reading. And you guys got the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Empress card. So what are you guys releasing on Halloween? Okay, so this is not going to be, and by the way, if this doesn't resonate with you, you know, just click off of this and go pick another pile, or, you know, we'll catch next time. These are watched by many, so they're not gonna speak to everybody. So I do think that some of you will be releasing a home and maybe a marriage. Let's talk about these cards that we're looking at here. Okay, so the Empress card is a very happy card of Mother Earth. It's like the Queen of Abundance. She's like the Queen of all queens, right? She, in the earthly realm, has absolutely everything that she needs. She's the mother of creativity. She's the mother of birth. A lot of times in a reading, she will represent like a birth, especially with that celebration card there. Maybe some children. When you get the Empress card in your reading, it kind of represents a time when you are giving birth to a creative idea, or actually giving birth to children, or just entering a time of tremendous abundance. That's kind of what the Empress represents. It also represents that, you know, very earthy woman who not only, you know, spending time in nature is good for you. Whenever you get this card, it can kind of be telling you you need to spend time in nature, but it can also be telling you you need to appreciate your seductiveness. You know, you are a woman. You are a beautiful woman. You are a earthy woman, and sex is a natural part of the earth realm. So this card kind of reminds you to embrace your seductive nature. The You got two cards here of celebration, actually. And with these two cards, this is what makes me think that some of you are actually releasing like a marriage that involves the whole deal. It involves the house, it involves a husband, and it may involve children. The Four of Wands is definitely a card of hearth and home. It can also be a card of celebration. This is almost like in the olden days what people used to dance under whenever they got married. This is 1111 is in this. You can see that signified here in these four wands that are holding up these laurel wreaths that just indicate a card of celebration. But a lot of times this is a card for marriage and then going to make a home with your beloved. Fours are always stability, so that's another reason that home is indicated. It's the security of home that's indicated in this card. So the Three of Cups is also a celebration. You do get this card again, as I said, when you're having a celebration for maybe a pregnancy, for maybe a wedding. It's just that card. It can also be a card of celebrating the little things in life, of celebrating with your friends, not forgetting the happy hours, right? Not forgetting that little things in life are important to celebrate too. But I'm reading this with the rest of the cards, and to me this looks very much like the whole family deal. You have mate, you have home, you have children. It is the nuclear kind of family thing, and this has been something, a source of great pride in your life, actually. I do feel like for some of you, this home has become a bit of a prison, and it has stifled your growth. For whatever reason, this is not, I don't really see the relationship in here. It looks like the whole thing, the whole package to me is being released. The Hermit card is the card of going within, taking time out from the rest of the world and going within to find out what it is that you want. It can be on a spiritual quest. But it's definitely a card of retreating from the world to listen to your inner voice to find the answers. And with the light here, that indicates that you will be able to find the answers. And when you do find the answers, you will then become a light for the rest of the world. You can shine the light so that other people can follow you on your path. The Five of Pentacles is the card of being left out in the cold. It can be a card of poverty, but in this reading I'm not seeing it that way. I'm seeing it as a woman. This is actually a woman being left out in the cold. She could, if she wanted to, go into one of these buildings back here, probably this house, to get shelter, to get warm. She would be offered a bowl of warm soup. She could, if she wanted to, if she chose to. Mugwort. I don't know what that's. don't know what that herb is for, but if she chose to, she could go into one of these houses and she could be warm. But she has made the decision consciously to strike out on her own. It has not been an easy decision. This has really been a good life, but spiritually she is no longer growing, so she has decided to strike out on her own, risk the hypothermia. I'm not going to say certain death because it is certainly not certain death, and that is certainly not going to happen, by the way. But she is taking her chances out in the cold rather than staying in this warm, cozy house that has become stifling to her. And I do feel like I'm talking to mostly women here, because we do have the Empress card, and this is the same woman. This is the woman who had it all, who had all the abundance that she could possibly want, and yet something was still lacking. I would argue the most important thing was lacking: the spirituality and the spiritual growth and the joy of being one with the divine, with spirit, and developing that relationship. So this person is going out in search, turning her back on the warmth of a home that was, let's face it, she worked really hard for. Like I said, this decision was not made lightly. She worked really hard to make all of this happen, worked hard on the home, worked hard on raising her children, worked hard on being a good wife, and maybe to the detriment of her own personal soul. But the good news is change. Fives are always agents of change. So what's being released in this full moon is this, and she is braving the cold to go out in search of her soul, basically. She might find a guru, by the way, on the way to help her with this spiritual journey. And if not, she is okay with doing that on her own too. She has her trusty spirit animal here, the wolf, to help her on this journey. This is actually very beautiful, though not an easy decision for some of you to make. In the end, it takes you closer to where you need to be on a spirit level, on a spiritual level, which is beautiful. I'm going to get some guidance here from the angels and ancestors, just final words of encouragement for you guys, because I really feel for this path that you're on. Like I said, Halloween, this full moon is releases. We are releasing, a lot of stuff on this particular full moon. So this was, I'm sure, not an easy decision to make. So I'm going to see if I can get you guys some words of wisdom from our angels and ancestors. What do you have from the pile ones, please, as they go out on this journey of discovery, really? Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. That's interesting. Let's see what the elder has to say to us. So the message is move beyond the limitations that have been set for you by family members, past and present. Know that the energy of your spirit is more powerful than genetics and behavioral patterns. The elder is the ancestor who comes with a message of healing change. He is an embodied soul, yet he has had journeys that go beyond the physical. Therefore, he represents a reclamation of power. When he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have the capacity to move beyond the limitations that have been placed upon you. If you have had expectations of success, failure, sadness, or even sickness placed upon you by your family, it's important to know that you are here to create your own story. This card represents personal healing that will bring healing to your family lineage, past, present, and future. Know that you get to decide what you take on. And also know that your ancestors are rooting for you and are sorry for any setbacks they have created for you. Oh my goodness, that is a beautiful card. Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, like, back in the day when I was growing up, women were still in that place where women were to get married. They graduated from high school, maybe. Sometimes they didn't, right? But mostly in my generation, they were graduating from high school. In my mother's generation, they weren't even graduating. But okay, so women were expected to graduate from high school, get married, have children, get the house with the white picket fence, and live happily ever after. That was just the game plan for women in my generation. So this kind of reminds me of that kind of thing. This pattern was set of women having to get married, have children, and be in the family unit, and that being their life, and home and hearth being their life. Not that there's anything wrong with that if that is absolutely what you choose, but when it's imposed on you generation after generation after generation, and maybe you have other things that you want to do. Maybe if society were a little bit different, you would take another path, that kind of thing. That's what I'm talking about. This reminds me of someone who was encouraged by family, or by family conditioning, or by ancestors, or by generations of family, to get married and have children and live in the same home for the rest of their life. And this person has decided, I'd rather take my chances out in the cold and find this deep spiritual connection, and this connection to the divine and to my inner light. I want to shine my inner light. So I'd rather find that than to stay in this, what has become, I think, a little bit of a prison. So that is just a very auspicious card for this particular reading, and I wish you guys all the best with this. And it looks like you have some big changes and some exciting changes coming up, and it's going to be not always easy, but it is going to be a journey that is worth taking. All right, I'm sending you guys lots of light and love. Until next time, namaste. Okay, if you chose pile 2 with the Cinnabar Enhanced Quartz for your Halloween pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. Let me tell you a little bit about the Cinnabar. Before I get, this is actually a man-made stone, but I just fell in love with the color. It's orange and it's bright, and it just drew me in. So the Cinnabar Enhanced Quartz brings abundance, enhances persona, and is good for business and finance, in case you want to get one of those. Okay, let's see if we can find out what you guys are releasing on the full moon on Halloween. I chose the Druid Craft Tarot. Chose a couple of those cards this time. And then I chose the Herbal Tarot for the regular tarot. So let's see what we got here. We got the 9 of Wands. We got the Sun card. Beautiful. In the Herbal Tarot, we got 4. You guys got 4. So we got the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. What are you guys releasing on the Halloween full moon? So right away, I see that you guys are releasing the past, because that's kind of the message of the Sun card. If you notice, this boy is, first of all, the Sun card is a very happy card. It's like the most positive card in the deck. It is breaking free from the past and moving on to a life. It's joy, it's abundance, it's success, it's it is rejuvenation. It is enjoying your life with childlike abandon. This is a child here. So part of the meaning for this card, or the message of this card, is letting go of the past. You're releasing the past and moving forward into a much more positive place. But okay, so let's talk about what the past was for you. For some of you, I feel like it was, you have been in a very defensive posture. You have a couple of cards here that talk about just being really defensive, or happen to be really defensive, having to defend yourself. The Nine of Wands is a card of being battle worn, but it is also a card of being called on for one last fight. Like you've got the nines are endings of a battle, but you have to complete this. Like whatever it is that you've taken on, you have to finish. And it does, this guy is in a very defensive posture. He's wounded, you can see that. He's just exhausted with it and wore out. But he's in a very defensive posture. And the meaning of this card is that you will have the strength and the stamina to fight this one last battle before you succeed. But you do have this one last battle that you have to fight. The Seven of Wands, actually the literal meaning for this card is holding your own, standing your ground. There are other people who are trying to, remember that game that you used to play when you were a kid, King of the Mountain? Like you're on top of the mountain right now, and there are all these people that are trying to knock you down. They're trying to knock you off the mountain. This card is saying, hold your own. You're in a good position, but hold your own. Well, to me, both of these cards are saying what has been going on with you is you have been in a place where you feel like that you have had to defend yourself extensively over and over again. And you're tired of it. Let's talk about these down here. So these are people for me. The Page of Pentacles is Capricorn, and the Page of Cups is a Pisces. But pages are also young people. So this may be a couple of young people that are involved in this situation. The Page of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, as I say. That's like a young person who's very practical, very hardworking, very studious. Sometimes pages are bringing in messages. So this can be a message of, like, this is a card of education. Like, maybe you get a acceptance letter to a college or something like that. Maybe you get a new job. It's a letter, a contract or something new in the way. Pentacles are money, right? It's or it's material things, food, clothing, shelter, money. That kind of thing, something very practical. The Pisces card, so if it's not a Pisces, it's a young person who is a lot of fun. First of all, that's one of the meanings of this card, is reminding you to have fun, because life can't be all, you know, just drudgery. A lot of drudgery here. But it can also just be a young person who is very watery by nature, which means they're kind of mysterious and they're emotional. They wear their heart on their sleeve. It's that teenager person who, oh, just feels everything. You know who I'm talking about? So these may be people that are involved in this situation. But again, pages are sometimes messages, so this could be like what used to be a love letter. Nobody sends love letters anymore, but maybe somebody's pinging you, somebody's sending you emails, asking about a relationship or something like that, or you've gotten some kind of message from someone in the way of relationship. Text, email. How do people communicate these days? Some other kind of social media. Probably it seems like a personal message of that has to do with romance. So it's probably not going to be something that they're going to blast out on social media. I say that. Who knows? I'm old school, man. Okay, so this is why I say you are breaking free from the past, and it's this defensive posture that you've been in, and it's ending. You're released. You're done. This is my card for stick a fork in me. I am done. So it's also just a card of ending. Sometimes it's a card of bad juju. It's like backbiting and negative energy, like people are doing things behind your back that you don't know about. For me, though, in this particular reading, it just reads like you are done with this situation of having to defend yourself all the time, and you're breaking free from that, and you're moving forward into a much happier time. What you're releasing is the defensive posture that you've been in, that you feel like you've had to be in. Let's see if we can figure out a little bit about why you're feeling like you have to defend yourself all the time. Why? And who are these people? Are these people you're dating? You feel like you have to defend yourself against those people? Are you one of those people, and then you're defending, like you're a Pisces and you feel like you have to defend yourself against a Capricorn, or you're a Capricorn and you feel like you have to defend yourself against a Pisces all the time? Maybe for some of you. Why is this Nine of Wands here? Tell me why this Nine of Wands. What is this Nine of Wands here? What is this defense about? What is this Nine of Wands here? That's almost the same. Someone. Okay, here's what I think, and this is probably for some of you. This is not going to be for all of you, but someone wants something from you in the way of a relationship. They want a new start. They want love. They want your heart, and they've sent you a message telling you this. And you are having to defend your desire, I guess, for this, to better yourself in a material way, to go the career route, to get an education, to I say? to get a career, to get an education, to focus on this aspect of your life. You've had to defend this against this person. It may be a Pisces, it may not. It's just a young person that wants something in the way of a relationship with you. You've had to defend this against this person who's really been fighting hard to get you to not do this, get you off this track and onto this marriage track, relationship track. I wouldn't say marriage necessarily, but you're tired of this fight. You're releasing it. You're letting it go. That's what you're releasing. This defensive stance that you've had to take. You're saying what you're saying. I think many of you are saying is, I'm done. I'm done fighting about this. This is my choice. I choose this. On the horse, going out after my future, my success, what I feel like is success for me, a career and my college education and a career. That's what is success to me. That's what I want. That's what I'm going after. And you're going to let this go. This is just my own personal advice to you. I'm proud of you. I agree with you for this. Take care of this first. If this is true blue, he or she will wait for you to get this where it needs to. You need to get an education. They will wait for you to do that. If they love you, if they really, really love you, like they say they do, they wouldn't make you defend your choice all the time to do what is best for you in your career. So that is what you guys are releasing. What do we want here? Again, I think I'm going for the wisdom of the angels and ancestors for you guys. I feel like you need it. I've been in this situation, by the way. I was just talking about this not too long ago, this time in my life when I had this choice. Trust me, if it's the right person, they'll wait. They'll wait for you to do. How long can this take? If you're getting an education, how long can it take? 2 years? 4 years? Max? Come on. I mean, yeah. You shouldn't have to defend that all the time. They need to understand that. All right. So what words of wisdom do you have for my pile twos? What words of wisdom can you offer my pile twos? Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Okay, that's an interesting card to get with this. All right. Choose peace and happiness over the need to be right. Rather than trying to prove a point, save your energy for what's important. You may be feeling on edge due to a stressful situation. There's a warrior within you that wants to rise up, prove your point, and get the truth across. But you're being reminded by ancestor wisdom that truth will always be revealed in the end. It's more important at this time to avoid arguments or heated discussions where you know you'll be fighting a losing battle. There is much more power in choosing to move forward from a higher perspective. This will allow you to connect deeply to the guidance within and the intuition that will lead you toward the healing of the whole situation, along with any wounds it may have inflicted on you. Choose peace. You know it's calling you. That's correct. That's right. You're giving up the ghost. You're done with this defensive posture. You're breaking free and moving past it. No need to argue anymore. The truth will shine in the end. Let it go. There's nothing left to say. You've been in this defense. You've been defending yourself and this for too long. There's nothing left to say. Just be at peace with it. Be at peace with your decision and let it go. The truth will come out in the end. Okay, that's all I have for my pile twos. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, y'all. If you chose pile 3 with the clear quartz crystal, this is a rough cut one. These are going to be your messages for the Halloween pick a card. But let me tell you about this first. The clear crystal clears mind, body, and spirit of clutter and allows you to align with your higher self. Perfect. Okay, so the question I asked is what is pile 3 releasing during the Halloween full moon? So let's just see what we got here. I chose the Druid Craft Tarot this time because it's so close to Halloween, and these cards seem very Halloweenish to me. Oh, okay, so you got the Two of Wands. And ta-da! The moon. How's that for a full moon reading? For the tarot, I chose the Herbal Tarot this time by Michael Tira and Candace Canton. You got the Ace of Pentacles, Judgment, Suspended Person, and Eight of Swords. What are you releasing? This is what you're releasing. Suspended Person is the Hanged Man in the Rider-Waite deck. It represents a time when things are standing still. You're kind of in a state of suspended animation, and a lot of times that's self-imposed. This guy is hanging upside down with his foot tied up to the limb of a tree. He can get down at any time that he wants to. This is very loose. He is just hanging here, taking a time out. It's kind of like an adult time out, and looking at things from a different perspective. The Eight of Swords most of the time is self-inflicted too. It is a card of being in prison, basically. It's a card of being closed off. It's a card of no way out, no exit. I can't see a way out of this situation. Being closed off, being encaged. It's that kind of thing. If you notice, this guy has 8 swords around him. He is blindfolded, and he also is tied. But these ties, again, are very loose. There is a way out here. But because he is he has these blindfolds on, he's not looking. He won't look to see that there is a way out, and he could get out if he wanted to. If he took those blindfolds off and took these ties off that are really loose, they're loosely bound ties, and they're usually self-inflicted limitations. He could see that there is a way through. Those swords are not surrounding him. But that is definitely another state of suspended animation, like nothing's moving forward. I can't get around this kind of thing. I'm stuck. So the moon card, I feel like, kind of goes along with this. It is the card of moving forward, but moving forward using only your instincts. There's just not a lot of illumination in what's happening here. You can't really see the way forward. The path is lit by the moon, but it's not very bright. So you're just happen to follow your instincts to go down that path and use your intuition, because nothing is clear. So what I think you are releasing in this full moon is the stagnation, a period of nothing moving forward, not being able to see the way clear. It's kind of one of those situations where everything you try has just turned to crap. You've been, or have at least felt, closed off in a cage, in a prison, at least a prison of the mind. And just stagnant. Nothing is moving forward. You can't move forward. You've not been able to move forward. And when you have moved forward at all, it's been very slow. It's been very instinctual. It's been very, maybe even one step forward, two steps back kind of thing. So you are releasing that in the full moon, and this card is saying that. This Judgment card is kind of like a wake up to life. So you are being woke up to life once you release this stagnation and this being stuck period. It's a summing up and a rebirth. That's what Judgment is. It's like a summing up of where you've been in this time, maybe in this COVID-19 time. Maybe it's been going on for longer than that. Who knows? They're saying that some people are releasing karmic cycles that started 10 to 15 years ago. So this feeling of nothing seems to be working, everything seems to be in a state of suspended animation, may have been going on for a very long time for you. But you are releasing it with this full moon. It's a summing up of what you have learned through this process. There's got to be many things learned through this process of looking at things from a different perspective, following your instincts. It's a summing up of what you've learned and a rebirth, waking up to life, going out there, back out into the world and moving forward. And you are doing that, because once you release, you get this. The Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. It's usually a new beginning in a job. So this might have been work related for a lot of you. Nothing's working. Everything I try just seems to turn to crap. The aces are always a new beginning. It's a new beginning that is offered from the divine. If you notice, the hand of God is in it. God is offering this new job, this new car, this new house, this new something in the way of material things to you. And there is going to be a decision to make. Thankfully, you will have choices again. And as things move forward, there looks like there might be a decision of maybe 2 jobs. Maybe 2 offers, maybe 2 things are coming in, 2 options for you. But you're kind of looking out on the world and seeing which way you want to go. So in the Druid Craft Tarot, this 2 of Wands is depicted by the Longman of Wilmington in Sussex. This is actually etched, I guess, into the side of a mountain. And if you notice, this long man is holding 2 staves, and it represents a doorway. Like you have 2 options here. You can go in 2 different directions. Wands are not really auspicious for relationships, but they do have a lot of creative energy and ideas and movement and adventure in them. So I feel like it could be, it's more creative ideas or jobs that you're looking at here. I think this has maybe been related to work, all this stagnation and everything you try, being blocked at every turn, and not being able to move forward. That is coming to an end. You are releasing that, and you are moving forward, and you will have some options. Okay, I'm going to get you guys a sacred traveler, because you're moving, because you're looking out on the world and deciding which adventure you want next. So let's see what the sacred traveler has for you guys today. What words of wisdom do you have for my pile threes? Just some final guidance for this. Looks really good. I bet you'll be happy to release all that. I'm happy for you. Looks like that wanted to pop out, so we're going to go with it. Nice. Pan. I love Pan. He's so fun. Journey by moonlight. Believe in magic. The sacred traveler wants you to know, when the traveler journeys by moonlight, mystical beings emerge and magic abounds in the depth of the enchanted forest. Even though the traveler can't see clearly, he trusts that blessings and support are being showered over him and his life. The key to having miracles transpire in your life is to believe in magic and trust that you are supported by unseen beings in accordance with your higher good. What a great card to get with this. Because after all this, and particularly if it's been a lot of years of it, it can be kind of hard to believe in magic again. So this card is here to remind you, believe in magic. It's all happening for your higher good. I love that. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you guys. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, y'all. If you chose pile 4 with the Verdite Quartz on it, these are going to be your Halloween messages. So let's talk about the Verdite Quartz real quick. It helps you access and harmonize your past with your present, so it will not affect your future. It helps you retrieve information from the ancient ones, and it is a good stone for past life exploration, if you're into that. Okay, so let's see if we can find the messages for you guys. And the question I asked was, what is pile 4 releasing on the Halloween full moon? This time I chose the Druid Craft Tarot and the Herbal Tarot for this reading. So let's see what we got for the Druid Craft Tarot. We got the Princess of Cups. And we got the Star. We got the Ten of Wands in the Herbal Tarot. The Three of Swords. And Justice. Okay, so what I feel like is you're giving up hope on a relationship, actually. And it looks like it's a relationship. Okay, so this is, the Star is the card of hope. It is the card, it's actually it's like wish fulfillment, it's hope, it's a very positive card. It comes after the Tower, so it represents regaining your equilibrium and dreaming again after everything has kind of been washed, just kind of wiped away. It's the card of Aquarius. It's the major arcana card for Aquarius. Justice card is major arcana for Libra. And the Princess of Cups is minor arcana for Pisces. So those are the people cards in case that plays into your into this relationship I think that you're giving up hope on. So here's what I see, and I just see this young woman, and it could be a man, but this young person who is just, to me, looks like has offered her love very freely and with openness, and actually with the openness that only youth and, I don't want to say naivete, but maybe a little bit, only youth, only the people who have never been brokenhearted can offer, because whether you like it or not, once you have that first broken heart and you realize how much love can hurt, it does make you a little more guarded in love. But this, to me, this person who has been trying to pursue this relationship has such, look at her, has such sincerity in the cup of love that she has offered. There has been a couple of things going on here. The Three of Swords is usually the card of heartbreak. It's a card of third-party situations. So there might be, we do have 3 signs here. This is not necessarily the signs that are involved, but there might be 3. There might be a third-party situation here. But at the very least, there has been some heartbreak in this particular relationship. The Nine of Wands represents, or the Ten of Wands represents struggles. There have been a lot of struggles in this, like it's not been easy. It hasn't flowed very easily. Tens are endings and beginnings at the same time, by the way. So this card does say that the only way out is through. So you have to go, you had to go through it. I will say that. But burdensome. You've been weighed down with burdens from this relationship. So there's been burdens, there's been heartache. And so the Justice card to me says that balance is coming back into this relationship, and balance is coming by you giving up hope on it. And this is almost like karmic justice, that you're giving up hope on this. Like, they may not be necessarily happy that you're going to give up, but this is like God saying, yeah, I'm not going to let you go through this anymore. I'm going to give you the will. I'm going to give you the strength. I'm going to give you the confidence that it takes to let go of this, because this is not serving you. This is God justice right here, I think, that's saying there's just so much sincerity in this. You to me, you are this is you, and you have had so much sincerity in how you have conducted yourself in this relationship. You have absolutely no shame in this relationship at all. And don't feel bad because your love has not been returned or it has not worked out, because the love is never wasted, and particularly when it is the purity, when it has the purity of this love that was offered, that you were offering to this person. There was such purity in it. It will come back to you. It will come back to you, not in this relationship, but through another relationship, a better relationship, a relationship that is better for you. I think for the full moon, for the Halloween full moon, you are releasing hope for this relationship that has caused you nothing but heartache and has been a struggle, and maybe even a struggle from the very beginning. I don't know that. I don't necessarily see that in the cards, but that it's been from the beginning. But I do know that you cannot blame yourself for this situation. You entered it with great intentions. You conducted yourself in a very I don't want to say the word righteous, but in a very sincere way. You conducted yourself throughout this relationship very sincerely, with integrity. And that's why justice is coming in for you. It's coming in for you. The divine feminine, the divine masculine, your spirit guides is laying upon your heart to give up hope on this relationship to protect you. That's karmic. What do I want to get for you guys? I can almost feel the heartache for you guys, because I feel such sincerity in your heart. So I know that this is kind of painful. It's not been easy for you to make this decision. There has been a lot of heartache here, and it's been difficult for you to give up hope on it, but you do know that you must. So what advice can you give us for my pile fours, for these lovely pile four people with the purest of hearts? You guys have such a pure heart. Almost brings tears to my eyes. What advice, angels and ancestors, do you have for this pile four? Who are probably going to have it a little bit rough. It's not going to be just easy peasy to let go. But let me not say that. Maybe it will be. Maybe that's part of the karmic justice. God is laying on your heart to let this go, and maybe it will be. Maybe you are so ready that it will be easy to let it go. That would be good. I hope that for you guys. Okay, so what advice do you have for pile threes? Or fours, pile fours, sorry. Pile four. All right, summer, bask in joy and light. I like that. Where are my seasons? There they are. Okay. Rise up, open your wings, and shine. Bring your projects and plans out into the light, into manifestation. This is the perfect opportunity for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Light has come to banish the darkness. Clarity is arriving too, allowing you to know exactly where you are and how you can move forward. Angels and ancestor guides are encouraging you to enjoy this moment and not to rush forward, because this is a time for pleasure, enjoyment, and expansion. There is a great chance that you have extra energy, creativity, and inspiration at this time. Notice what is coming to you, as it is in inspiration directly from the divine. Okay. This is good. I like this a lot. So once you release this, then you have nothing to do except bask in joy and light and have fun. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Go find your friends. Go do things that you enjoy doing. Pretend like it's summertime, although it's just autumn. But be light, be merry, have fun. Reconnect with the energy and joy and happiness in your life after this pretty heavy relationship that might have been kind of difficult for you. Okay, that's all I have for my pile 4s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste.